From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Welcome to Local Point, brought to you by Ashley Regional Medical Center. Utah State University is gaining more and more recognition for its strong presence in this part of the state. About 500 college students currently attend Utah State's Uintah Basin campus. In addition, around 800 more are enrolled while taking high school classes concurrently. On today's show, we'll introduce you to the Dean and Executive Director. You'll hear about the wide range of degrees offered here locally and how the Dean's wife brings lots of experience in her field to benefit students as well. So we welcome to the studio Dr. Wes Holley, Dean, and his wife Anita, who is the Elementary Education Advisor. So welcome to the both of you.
Thank you.
How nice that
Appreciate
it comes together as a family package.
Well, we enjoy being here. It's a great experience for us, and we're delighted to be here.
Well, may I ask right off at the top of this interview where you're coming from?
We're coming from, originally we were both in Oklahoma, but we're coming through New Mexico. We were in New Mexico for 5 years, and then we came here.
All right. Well, welcome to the Uintah Basin. We hope that you stick around here for a long time.
Thank you.
Now, Dean, that's a very exciting thing for us here, to have someone bearing the title of Dean. This is a new position, is it not?
This is the first time.
For us out here.
Yes, first time in USU and the Basin that they've had the Dean title, which opens up the avenues a little bit differently than what it did previously, because I sit on the Dean's Council in Logan, which means I'm on the same, relatively same level as the Deans in Logan. So.
Now maybe we could explain also, just for our viewing audience, what exactly does that mean? What does it mean to us to have someone who is on the Dean's Council in Logan, to have someone here who holds that position as Dean?
Principally, it means that when I go to that council meeting, I'm representing this group as a dean would represent a college in Logan. So I'm on an equal representation, and so I can make known what our needs are and do it from a different level, which means all of the other deans take that into a different consideration. So it's really nice to be able to have that kind of level of interaction.
Now, that was my next question. I remember being in the university and having a dean of my college. It's unique here, though. You are the dean for the whole campus. Is that right? For the Uintah Basin campus?
It's actually two different titles. The dean part of it is more of the academic delivery and taking care of the academic basis for the university here. But the other part of it is the executive director, which means I have the other responsibilities, making sure that the buildings are in good shape and operational, making sure that all of the other kinds of things that go along with the university are taken care of.
Which does make it a very unique situation here.
It is a little different here.
Now, until we grow, then we won't have separate colleges here within the university campus, is that right? Is that something we may ever have?
Well, I don't know that we'll have that anytime soon, but you know, there is all kinds of possibilities out there in the future.
And right now we have them. We're just attached to the college.
The main campus, that's
correct. On the main campus. So we have advisors, is that right? Mm-hmm. That's how it works, and that's where you come in.
Yes.
And you're the advisor over elementary education out here in the Uintah Basin.
Yes.
All right. Now, that would normally be, would that normally be the job of a dean?
No, I don't think so.
No, there wouldn't be a dean over elementary education, but there would be someone in charge of that department. Is that part of the education altogether? Education college, department, what do we say?
Well, the breakdown, excuse me, but the breakdown is there is a dean of education in Logan. And then there's department heads over all the different departments in education.
It's been a while. I should have known that.
But here, I'm the dean, but I oversee the educational group as they function, and my wife just happens to be the advisor in education.
Well, that's enlightening. I didn't understand that, but it does make sense to me now. And the very fact that we have both of you here means that we have good things going on. We're growing. I remember the days back when we were still sharing classrooms in the junior high building, and that's when I started. So I start to date myself a little bit, but it's great to see that growth and the progress, and there's still a lot on the horizon, as I understand.
There is a lot of opportunities on the horizon. You know, we've gone from the flying faculty
Yes.
Which was not too many years ago.
Not too many years ago, I had that.
But now we're kind of focused on the idea that what the future holds out there for us, somewhere out in front of us, and we're kind of dedicated to that kind of a movement. You know, It's not about where we are today, it's not about where we've been, but it's about where we think we need to be in relationship to the basin.
And maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that here in this next segment.
You bet.
In fact, we'll do just that. When we come back, we'll continue with the Hollies. We'll return after this message from Ashley Regional Medical Center.
If this were a lump in your breast, it could be cancer, and you wouldn't be able to feel it from inside or out. But there's a new technology that can see cancerous lumps at their earliest, most curable stages. It's technology that's helping save women's lives. It's called digital mammography. It can find a tumor years before you can feel it. Call Ashley Regional Medical Center to learn more and to schedule your appointment.
From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Welcome back to Local Point, where we're getting a closer look today at how the local USU campus works. And that's really actually even saying that, the local USU campus. That's a very exciting thing, too. I remember when we were called an extension, and then it seems like we went to a brand. I'm probably going to mess that up, but we used to be an extension, now a campus.
Right.
A full-fledged campus, and things are we can see buildings going up and deans and advisors, and I mean, there are all kinds of things happening here. Now, can I just get this out of the way quickly? I can't help but notice, I mean, both of you here, married, both involved in the university and education. Can you just give me just a little hint at how the two of you met?
Yes.
Is that who should I direct that question to?
Well, she might tell the story different than I would.
So I could ask both of you, then we'll just have one of you.
We actually met in a speech class. And in that speech class, my objective was that every time she got up to speak, that I was to make her laugh and not be able to complete her speech, which I was very successful at.
You succeeded, and then continued to succeed, I can see.
Yes.
I was hoping there was an education tie there. You actually met in class.
There was.
Well, what a journey this has been then, and who would have thought it would have brought you to the Uintah Basin? Well, welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you both here.
Thank you.
Now, before the break, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. We're just glad to be here. I mean, this is a great opportunity. I'm not sure, I say this with some hesitancy, but I'm not sure the community realizes how powerful an educational tool is available to him and to them in this community. I mean, if you look around the country, there's not a lot of communities that's got this kind of educational capability. So this is an exciting place.
I'm glad that you think it's an exciting opportunity for you, and certainly we all see that as well, or hopefully that we do. I agree. I couldn't agree more. Now, before the break, we started talking a little bit about the direction the university is taking. Would you like to expound a little more on that?
Sure, I'd be glad to. You know, I don't think we can ever just sit still and base everything that we do on what we're doing now. So we have to be a little future oriented, and so we're doing that. We've set some particular priorities that we're trying to take care of now. Some of that priority is based on community need. We talked about the educational program, paraprofessional program, and that's community-based. Business programs, high priority. So all of those are part of our future. That's where we're moving to. But in addition to that, we're also doing some things now to support and hope the community will be able to take of this educational opportunity. For example, we're going to put in a child care type program that will allow parents to come into school for a couple, 3-4 hours a day if they want to.
Acknowledging that we don't have all traditional students here, but that's a need.
Yeah. And then we've got to look at, I've been talking about developing a presentation for the community that would be Utah State University, Uintah Basin 2020, and see where we need to be in 2020.
Oh.
So
it has a ring to it.
Yeah.
I thought you were going someplace else, like our vision, but I guess you could tie all that in, right? Our vision of 20. See? Very good. Well, you know, it's been a great pleasure having you here today.
Hey,
and if people wanted to find out a little bit more about what's going on, or maybe about the two of you and your new role in the community, where could they find that information, or what would they do?
Well, they could call, because they can get a hold of either one of us. They can call USU and ask for either one of us. We'd be glad to participate. I would encourage anyone to call that would like for me to come and talk with them about education in the Basin. We'd love to do that.
And we mentioned off camera that you came, and that's where I met you first, when you came to visit the high school faculty in a faculty meeting. So
yeah.
It's true. It's accessible. And I think we've got two new great additions to our community, in addition to the education community, just to our community in general. We thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now you can watch this and other VTV programs through our website, vernal.tv. See you next time. Thanks for watching VTV Channel 6.